Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome back to Mouse Reacts. We got nothing but paranormal files for you this week. I believe the twins are off this week because they're going back to the every other week motif, as far as I'm aware. That being said, we still had last week's episode to catch up on, which is the ritual here. I believe they're still somewhere in the UK or nearby European countries. They are apparently contacting. I would call it a mole or a lock. He still calls himself a witch. Whatever you prefer, I guess. But they're apparently going to try and do a ritual to make contact with a spirit. And we'll see how that goes. It sounds like it goes poorly. So, without any further ado, and this is a relatively short episode, only 2 hours, some paranormal files. So let's get going. Also, before we get started, don't forget to check out the link down below. Like, share, subscribe. Helps out the channel, as well as the links below. Check out the original video. Check out our socials, our other channels, and, of course, our lovely merch store where you can get some Chaos Crew merch of your own. Thank you for joining in. Anywho, the ritual. I'm also eating dinner, so expect me to be quiet at points. I also expect some really weird wiggling around.
So, right now, we are headed into the Ballyboley forest here in Northern Ireland. You'd be hard-pressed to find a location in Ireland as notorious as the Ballyboley forest. It's truly a very mystical, very spooky, very haunted, according to many, place. A forest where the Druids and the Celts used to practice rituals and perform ceremonies, where human sacrifices were carried out. The forest is supposedly home to all sorts of energies and entities, including fairies, leprechauns, banshees, headless horsemen, as we were told. Just anything and everything, you can find it in the forest. But there's so much history here. Tonight, we are doing something crazy, something we've never done before. We are meeting with
the headless horseman.
a pagan
That's a new one.
practitioner and self-professed wizard, essentially. And he is going to attempt to summon a spirit inside of the Ballyboley forest for us to communicate with. I've never taken part in something like this. I know Connor hasn't, so this is a first for the both of us. Yeah, this place is extremely notorious and it's extremely creepy. We're arriving here at night in the dark, so we have no idea what it looks like, what we're walking into, but we're going. And I do have to say, it's a little bit spooky. It's a little more than spooky. With these locations, you start driving and you keep driving and you get closer and closer to the location, and then the lights get fewer and fewer and the cars you pass by get fewer and fewer, and then all of a sudden you're out in the middle of nowhere surrounded by forestry and trees and allegedly thousands of ghosts. So yeah, we'll check back in once we get there.
Copyright music, I don't know.
In tonight's episode of the show, we are visiting the most notorious forest in all of Ireland, rumored to be home to a number of dark and dangerous spiritual entities. But we're taking it up a notch, and we're bringing with us a pagan witch to conduct a spirit summoning ceremony in an attempt to talk to the dark creatures and energies of Ireland. This was an idea that I had to try bring these spirits to us in a place that they're known to inhabit. Based on what's happened to us after the camera stopped rolling, do I believe that it was necessarily the best idea? No. But would I do it again? Any day. You're gonna see. This is one of the craziest videos we've ever done.
It sounds like it was pretty wild.
You think it was a good idea to go out to the forest?
No, not at all. I thought it was a terrible idea to go out to that forest. I was scared as shit.
Why? What was scary?
The stories you're telling me about the place. I just don't want to be out in the middle of woods that I don't know anything about. I don't know what's in there, who's in there, how to get in, how to get out. A forest alone without the ghosts is scary. a forest with the ghosts and all of the Celtic spirits and banshees and fairies and all that shit, that's scary.
So the Ballyboley Forest, if you look it up online, is incredibly notorious. It is incredibly famous for the amount of energy and the amount of entities that are found between the trees and down in the dirt and floating through the air. We're going to talk about all of that in a second, but going into this, you just have to know it's an extremely notorious location. And when we headed out there that night, it was already pitch black, it was raining, and it was extremely
Just
cold.
adds only more to the energy, right?
Brutal conditions to film a video in. But we knew we had to. When we got to the forest, we parked in the parking lot and we met our guest for that evening. His name is Elwin. I'll put his Instagram handle in the video, but he is a practicing pagan witch. We actually struck up a conversation online about doing this spirit summoning thing, and he was extremely happy to help. So we met him out there around 10 o'clock at night, and almost immediately, because of the bad conditions, decided, let's just go into the forest. What we didn't know, though, was that the forest was like a 30 to 40 minute long hike uphill away from the parking lot. And yeah, very soon we would become very isolated.
Yikes.
Yep.
That's a heck of a march.
On the edge of it, at least. What do you think?
Maybe not. It has to be a better day.
Yeah, kind of probably would have been good to see this place in the daylight, right?
Yeah.
Not haunted.
Aren't there like tall trees?
Is often the case with these places is that the things that happen on it aren't the cause of why the activity, as at some places. Otherwise, it's the other way around. It's the things that happen because of the place. You know, you think of, for instance, Stonehenge. They're like, oh, you feel the ancient power of the ceremonies. No, it's the other way around. The people put the stones there because that's a specific power point, that's a well. So therefore, that's why they did it there. And that's what you think. The idea of magic as in energy, it doesn't stick. You can't do something 1,000 years, and then in 1,000 years' time, it's still about feel. It's the other way around, you see. Where are you?
Here.
Oh,
About right here. Pretty sure covered by trees on all
I
sides.
don't think you can count on solid ground anywhere.
No. It's a bit less windy at least.
Yeah,
This is not the type of forest that I expect.
feels like festive.
scream, you silly cow.
No, it wasn't that. It went like that. That moved.
Probably the mouse.
Pretty big mouse.
You want me to have a go?
Why do you go?
Okay, you have a go then.
Oh.
Right up ahead, yeah. But
This looks better.
Better?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well,
here we go.
we've found the place. Gotta love that.
Spread on as well.
Right by the waterbed even.
Jump over. Don't step on the stone.
Oh, dude, yes. Oh, this is freaking awesome.
Frick.
Big trees. Or a couple of big trees have fallen. There's a bit more shelter around here though.
Yeah, I think back here there was like the most.
Right in here.
Oh, yeah, shit. We could just stand right here, I guess. Oh, this is crazy.
Wild, yeah. It's like a tipped over tree with the roots
This is pretty
making
sweet.
a wall for you.
How crazy is this? So you want to do the interview right here?
Sure, if you want to do
So
that.
that's
Oh,
quite
there's hardly
wild.
anything bad. It's like swimming in the ocean. There's nothing's inherently evil. Looks evil,
But it is hungry.
but yeah, to be fair, there is that. There is that.
It's not evil, but it sure is hungry.
The rain is getting worse.
We're good under here. I can step further this way too.
I got a good vantage point up here that I'll use. So now there's not really anywhere else that's dry.
I heard that. Yeah.
So now there's not really anywhere else that's dry. So now there's not really anywhere else that's dry.
It'll be a little muddy coming out. All right. I do like the lantern though.
Lantern's good. The reason also is a lot of so is nature spirits. They don't like false light, light that mimics the sun in that way, in that state. But candlelight or lamplight is it's something that it's almost it represents twilight, the point between dark and light, dawn and dusk, and therefore it oftentimes can bring them closer.
I'm need my gloves back here.
This is nice back here. We can just investigate under this damn thing.
Finally, after searching through the woods for about an hour, walking through, mud and all sorts of different conditions, we entered the Ballyboley forest and we found what we thought was a suitable place to not only film the interview, but to also seek shelter because it was raining, it was almost snowing because it was so cold. And as you can see in the footage, we ended up setting up underneath basically a giant uprooted tree, which had kind of clumps of dirt and sod hanging over that formed almost like a cave made out of literally the base and roots,
just
dirt
about.
of a tree. And when we got set up, I wanted to first talk to Elwin about the spiritual entities within the forest and within the Irish landscape. And what he told us was incredibly fascinating and at the same time, incredibly terrifying.
Especially being out there alone.
All right. Well, hello. My name is Elwin, and I am a witch. And here we are in Ballyboley Forest, which is supposed to be the most haunted forest in Ireland. You can call me a peller as well, which is an old term that people don't know much nowadays, so we don't use it. Which does the thing. But yeah, this place is, as they say, teeming with activity. However, I think it gets a funny reputation because it's a forest. Forest is flesh. And there's a lot of that in this place. And it's a means for spirit. It's an outlet. It's more about what was beneath the forest, what it's on. The blood that is in this soil is within the trees itself. And in many ways it creates this demivoid, a form from which spirit can reach out, manifest itself, more than just an echo, but a consciousness. Believed to go back to Druids. There's some circles here, stone circles. Forms of sacrifice and ritual took place here. What of, we're not entirely sure, but you can be sure it was pretty strange. Druid ritual usually required some form of sacrifice of some kind, whether it's human, whether it's animal, or both. But this place, places like this that are ancient places, they are not special because of what people do here, as I was saying before. They were special in the first place. They're a hot point. They're a pulse.
It's energy that already
And
exists.
ancient people knew this. Ancient people did that here.
Use it and
And
empower it and
it continues
brew it
to
into
this
things.
day.
Enchanted,
And that's
if
why a
you
lot
will.
of people who come here, they experience things. They experience shifts in time. They lose time. They see figures moving around, and oftentimes they get lost. They turn around, go down the path, but the path has changed. It's believed also that this is home to what we know as the other, the quiet folk as well. You have to remember that even spirits of people, say you lived 50 years as a human being, and then you lived 1,500 years as a spirit, what do you really remember of being a man or a woman? What do you remember about the taste of food, the warmth of light? Those things are almost lost to the spirits here, and those that probably were once human are more of a spirit of place now, integrated into the bark, the roots, the earth and the streams of this place. Right.
So, what kinds of spirits or energies could be found here?
Well,
and you can be descriptive about each of them.
Right.
It's really interesting.
There are, within my craft, there are different categories of dead. Right. So you have the beloved dead and the honoured dead. Those are the ones that we think of our ancestors and those within living memory. Then you have the forgotten dead. Forgotten dead aren't so much of a problem. However, depending on the nature and the place of death, you can then have something that's known as the odious dead. The odious dead are those what I describe that forget much of what it means to be a human being, have spent so long trapped in a form of anguish. Some may reflect the form of which their body once held, others completely abandon it. These you know as other names in folklore, wraiths and such things, spirits that are ill-tempered and ill at ease.
True.
You could have these here. You can also have pockets of just energy, conscious energy. When a place like this is a wellspring of such energies, you will often get this natural form that comes from it. You were saying earlier about elementals. It's a similar thing. The spirit of place takes on its own form. If you think of a trout, right? You fish for trout in a stream. If you fish for a trout here in these streams, those trout will be very black on top because the peat in the water transfers to the fish. Well, in many ways, spirit is the same. Spirits that are part of a spirit of place like this, nature-based, they become integrated into this. They reflect that. Here, now there is pine, a lot of pine trees. Pine is a barren tree. It pushes out and eradicates other kinds of plant life around it. That's very important within spirit. Spirits may reflect the very nature and virtues of the tree that lay upon them, lay around them.
Push things out and get
Even
them
the
away
same
from
with
them.
place. Here, as you may have noticed, is a harsh landscape. All around us, harsh landscape. The heather, the gorse, the bracken, the stone, windswept. And therefore, the nature of the spirits and the spirit of place will often reflect this, which is another reason why people often use caution within folklore around here. One that we have to talk about is the other, the quiet folk, fairies. Obviously not little people with wings, though. We're talking of things of scale and fur and sinew, things that look more plant than person even. They take many forms. They're difficult to categorise. However,
Very interesting.
they can and do take offence. They can take offence to the slightest thing. I'm going to give you something later to give as an offering. It's just to appease. The one thing you must do, offer it, but don't look back once you have given the offering. This is a no-no for almost all forms of spirits within nature, even those of the dead. It means that you rescind that offer, that you hesitate. Hesitation is a no-no, especially for the quiet folk. Quiet folk are known to play tricks. However, tricks to them are not tricks to us. They can get you turned about, noises, things that may shine that you wear upon you also can immediately, they presume, belong to them. These folk, they're best left alone. However, what I tend to do is to call in all forms of spirit, but under my word, have them here as an ally. You set this place. The spirit of place will have a wardening spirit to it. That wardening spirit is the consciousness of the place, similar to how, like mycelium networks itself through a forest. It's like a hub or a hive of a brain. It's a similar kind of thing to one specific spirit. That spirit will have status. That spirit, if you work under its word, under its name, then other spirits will abide by it, as long as you abide by those laws also. And that's what I intend to do. The weather's not great for it, but should manage it.
What about in Ireland in general? Can we talk about like banshees? And someone was telling us the other day about like headless horsemen.
Oh yes,
spirits.
Headless horseman spirits.
I found that's all so interesting.
Well, the thing about these is there's the legend, especially things like headless horseman, banshee, is how they change as well. You see, you have to remember that a lot of these folklore now have religious connotations. To such folk as the other, religion is the enemy. The people who came bearing the cross, singing the words of a hanged god, these were the people who overrid sacred sites. Long ago, our people
Fair enough.
had an agreement with the spirits of the land. We worked in accordance to the spirits of the land, and there was mutual respect. Now, any kind of agreement is long but broken. There is little places that are considered to be wild enough to hold such spirits. And so therefore, naturally, who do you blame? The ones who demonize you. The banshee is now a portent of death. However, to some families, the banshee belongs to them almost. And when it is heard, it can also be a warning of something that must be done in time. Same with the selkies, same with what I would call a hob or a brownie. They are more of a familial household spirit. But you see, what people forget is spirits of nature are prone to evolution the same as creatures of nature. A household spirit, for instance, never once was a household spirit because there was never houses. But they domesticated themselves much like the dog. Where there was warmth and cheer, I mean, as we stand out here, it's pretty bleak. And if you are a spirit of a certain disposition, you may want to be closer to those people who are singing and dancing around a fire and feasting. And the energy that you get from those people, you feel it. Spirits feel through us. They are able to feel our memories, they are able to taste our thoughts, and so therefore they can be drawn to us. And so now such things are no longer. You will find a lot of people have rowan trees or mountain ash in their gardens around here. A lot of people don't even know why they're there, but those mountain ash are still there from 50, sometimes even 100 years ago. And yet, common tradition states that mountain ash or rowan trees are placed upon the threshold or on the property to ward off the other. So much so that I myself have a rosary of rowan berries. I also gave one to my wife. I wouldn't venture many places without it, to be honest with you. Rowan is a good defence against the other, the quiet folk. It's best, however, if you hear them, if you see them, do not address them. They test. They always test. It is their thing. They wish to frighten. They always want to frighten. They get some kind of levity from it. However, within witchcraft, there's actually there's a form of a trial that you go out and set a ring of flour and other herbs and sit beneath a tree in that ring, and you turn off all the lights and you must sit there till the dawn. And no matter what you hear or what you do, you must not leave that ring. If you leave that ring, then the spirits of the other, the Fae, will never be seen to you again. However, if you remain within the ring and they test you, then by the time the sun comes up, you are a friend to the Fae. And with respect and with caution, they will teach you some of their ways and their magic.
Interesting.
What are the Fae?
Oh, The Fae are ancient. There are many different forms, however. We're working with two different energies, simply put. Terrestrial and celestial energies. If you look at mythologies from all over the world, you have two factions. In Greece you have the Olympians and the Titans, that which is terrestrial, that which is celestial. In Norse mythology you have the Vanir and the Aesir, right? Oftentimes the Vanir or the Titans are known as giants. Oftentimes within Celtic mythologies, giants transformed into other things. Long ago when the earth was new, they transformed into rivers and mountains. But from then, just like in Norse mythology, from their body new life came. That life was the other, the Fae. Same way within Norse mythology, the Ymir, the great giant, when he died, his bones became the mountains and his blood became the seas and such, and the maggots in his flesh became the dwarfs that lived underground. And so you have this continuation. Such things, as they do, nothing ever dies. The universe wastes nothing in this way. And so our ancient ancestors knew this. They understood this. This was their way of explaining it. Whether or not it's obviously true is a different matter. But as far as the Fae are, they are like you and I, really. Do not think of a world over another world, but within it, a liminal place, between tides, between waves, between heartbeats, between sunrise and sunset. Oftentimes, as human beings, we focus on the beat of the heart. However, it is between the beats, the silence, which we fear. Same as we fear the darkness. That silence, that is the liminal place. We are the beat. That is why it's difficult to find it, difficult to access it, you see. By altering our state, we are able to pierce that veil. We are able to mingle and talk with the others. However, that is something that is dangerous. I would assume so. Especially here, of all places. But nevertheless, if we are all respectful, if we mind our manners, there is nothing to fear.
On our P's or Q's, don't go venturing off.
I'll show you some things later about how to put it, when to leave, mainly. It's in the leaving, for they follow. Spirits do. As I'm sure you're aware, you guys are probably
don't overstretch into things you don't understand yet.
And so, yeah, that's basically it.
So I have a couple more questions.
Sure.
These are dual questions. In like the mythology of Ireland, what is the most positive energy or spirit that you can find in nature?
Oof. That's a difficult one, because anything to do with nature has duality. Anything has duality. Like any plant, poison and medicine in one. Not separate, not two sides of the same coin, but the same entity wrapped up in itself. In truth, I would say to me, not to many other people, a puck or a pucker is probably something that I would happily greet. Now to others, especially within the more Catholic forms of folklore that came about, the pucker or the bucker means death, a portent of this. However, to witches it means not this, it means transformation. Same as a tarot card. Death doesn't mean death, it means transformation. Death doesn't actually exist in that way. And so the pucker often is that form of transformation. Transformation can mean many things, but often knowledge. Most spirits, what we call the cunning, it goes beyond knowledge. It is not the first mind, but the second mind. Let me ask you guys, you ever done a quiz where you thought it's this one, and then your first mind says, no, it's that one. And then you do it and you think, it was that one. That's your second mind. Your instinct, your intuition, second mind goes to this. Yes. Our first mind is our waking thoughts. These are the ones that hold on to fear, on to doubt and such things. What the pucker teaches is that the liminal space between the waking world and the world of dream, That is where we may access all things. We can connect with all things. Baka has benevolence, but can play tricks. You may know him as the devil in that way. We call him the witch's devil, the father of witches. He is also known as Bakadu and other such things. And yet, he gives knowledge freely. Problem is, his knowledge is a medicine and a poison. Like a truth, in many ways.
And what about the most, I guess, in the inverse of that, the kind of darkest entity or entities / more dangerous ones?
In many ways, I suppose, oftentimes they're known as shades. Although people have a habit of calling them shadow people, which isn't entirely true. You see, before light, there was nothing. We are people of light, matter, hard light and matter. But so also exists beyond the veil a place which is of darkness. And darkness is always curious of light. It may bow to it, but it is still curious. I'm sure that you've investigated places with shadow people, and oftentimes where there are places, shadow people try to open doors, and where they open such doors is a means into the world. They are explorers, but that does not mean that they are nice. They are neutral.
Very true.
But neutral in a way that scares even me, for reasons I can't read them. They're not part of the veil of this nature. They are almost extraterrestrial. I cannot read them. They're not good, they're not bad. Usually when a spirit is around, I feel it. With a shadow or a shade, there is nothing. You don't know its intent, you don't know what it means and what it wants, and you probably never will until it's too late. And that, to me, that is most worrying thing. However, shades are rarer, especially in places like this. They're usually found closer to people. As I said, they're curious things.
Cities and such, yes.
Then, I guess do you have a question or two?
No, I'm just taking all this in.
I know.
Right.
Holy shit. Oh my God. I looked over at you and there's this big moss next to my head. Wow, it's really dark over here. So personally, for yourself, do you have, could you tell maybe one or two stories of paranormal, spiritual encounters you've had that were powerful?
Yes, certainly. I can tell you one I had as a child. See, I was raised by witches, and so spirits weren't
unknown to your
uncommon.
family. Yeah.
However,
It kind of runs
first
the
thing
family.
I
It's
ever
the bloodline.
encountered, I must have been about 7 years old.
Ooh,
It was what you
interesting.
call a hob or a brownie. It was in my home. It was about this big, covered in hair, face that looked a little bit like a pig but squashed. Strange thing. Scared the living shit out of me.
Right. Weren't expecting
However,
that.
I told my aunts, and they explained, and so I did what they asked. I left some bits out. The thing begrudgingly looked at me, almost offhanded. I saw it about 4 or 5 times. That was the first thing. Not a big deal, but it opened up a whole world to me of other spirits and things. There is a place
Interesting.
where I used to live, which was home to the Iceni, or the Iceni tribes. Within that forest there were great mounds, which you weren't allowed to dig there. And I
Somebody wouldn't
remember
dig it?
once going through there was always a point within that forest where everything stopped. There was no birds, there was no rustle, there was no wind, there was nothing. Even the ground was brown.
Ooh.
And I remember once walking through that place, and all that I can describe was a scream, deafening scream, that went on forever. But it did not come from out here, it came from within me. I wasn't screaming, but I felt the scream within. Every time I turned around, the scream felt like it was louder, like it was in my face. I walked, and to the point where I couldn't see, I couldn't move. It disabled me. crippled me. Till eventually I moved out of that zone and the scream stopped immediately. There are other times, for instance, we talk of Baka. I once saw the spirit of the Baka stag. It was a great thing. It wasn't a real stag because it was much bigger, size of a horse it was. And it was before me, as you are before me now. And I was a young man then, and it shook me. Some of the other things that happen, however, for instance, are, I'll give you some normal. Some things are kind of more average, everyday stuff. My aunt was a witch who raised me. She died some years back, but she possessed my wife once, which was an interesting thing. She stood up, shot up straight out of the bed, and she looked at me, and her voice was the voice of my aunt, the old woman. And well, you know my wife's accent, it wasn't the same, I tell you that. And she said, "Hello, love." I went, "What are you doing?" She's like, and she came there, and she must have sat there for almost an hour, telling me all these things and asking how everyone is and all these things. You see, that, however, that's more of normal stuff. With spirits of the dead, it's every day. I speak to spirits most days, to be honest with you. It's not an uncommon occurrence, but spirits of nature, that's a different thing. That's where the knowledge of witchcraft, of magic comes, the cunning comes into play. Their ways are not our ways, and so therefore we have to see with an unfiltered perception.
Was there ever a paranormal experience or experience with a nature spirit that frightened you?
Very rarely. I trust them. I trust them quite well. You see, it's the things that try to appear harmless that you should worry about, in truth. Especially if you're out here. If you hear something that sounds like a woman or a child, you hear someone singing or laughing, those are the things to worry about. If you hear things that sound more like an animal or a howling or even a strange singing in a different language, those are different things. But things that try to call you, things that say your name, things that sound like other people, those are the things to worry about, you see. Oftentimes it's it's a change. You learn to realise that things that even appear scary, oftentimes it's just their nature. If you go to the bottom of the ocean, there are many things that appear scary. They're very harmless. Think of like an anglerfish. Well, you know, we all think, oh, an anglerfish is terrifying. It's that big, tiny thing, you know, harmless. But the way something looks, first mind overrules, makes a judgment.
Right.
You have to let second mind say, what is it? And so when you interact with nature spirits, with second mind, you get the gist very quickly. If they don't want you there, I don't hang around long enough. And that's a strict rule. If I made, once we were walking through a woods and it was very clear we were not meant to be there. Something was pushing us, literally stumbling over, pushing us. You could hear it following us. Turn around, nothing. And then all of a sudden rocks and sticks being thrown at us. It was strange, but very clear, I don't want you here. And that, fair enough, we're on our way, we're going. And that's always been my rule. You respect their place. This is their home, after all, not ours anymore.
One more.
Mm?
Leprechauns. I have to hear about the leprechauns, man.
I don't know much about leprechauns, to be honest. I think that it's an evolution of a tale. What we have in the way of a leprechaun is very similar to what I said is in the way of a domesticated spirit. It's a gentrification of that which people once presumed was barbaric. These tiny little creatures running around, crawling up things and living in holes in the ground. So therefore, let's put them in little suits and give them wee accents and funny facial hair and stuff like this, and make them benevolent and cocky creatures. But anything that may resemble a leprechaun, I would say is more like a piskie. in truth. Piskies within Cornish legend of, as pixies. However, pixies are not friendly, never friendly. They are hateful little bastards. They don't like people. They keep to themselves, and if you step on their place where they are and they don't want you there, then, well, you're screwed, to be honest with you. They won't just follow you home, they curse. Pixies, you see, fae, quiet folk, they know magic. They are not like spirits of the dead. They are as live as you or I, and therefore they have their own customs and they have their own knowledge and their own poetry of the woods, poetry of the trees, of the rivers, and that poetry is their magic. If you look into folklore, Celtic folklore and mythologies, it is never about magic, it is always poetry. To learn the poetry of a place, to learn the poetry of the rivers, of the skies, of the eagle, of the wolf, these are the poetries, and this is the magic, the song of the place.
Interesting.
And so, very similar, leprechauns, piskies, they have their own magic, and how they work that magic, they keep themselves, they guard it well enough. Some things act as their own warden, some things have long memories. They don't like people, and you can understand why. The thing is they have seen people come and destroy everything. They pollute waters and skies, land. They don't have reverence, they have little respect for anything. And so therefore, pisky-like creatures, they have no respect for people. They blame them for a lot of things.
And when you say curse, what do you mean by that?
Curse.
How could that manifest? It's
Oh.
very interesting to me.
Curses come in all forms. However, curse can be simple, something that is just bad luck. However, a curse can be worse. You can curse the mind. That's what the other do. A witch can curse bad luck. Terrible stuff. Whatever. Bad dreams, sure. The other, madness. Madness. Driving you to madness. Hounding you. No rest. No sleep. Every time you close your eyes, you see it. Your deepest fear. That which only your heart knows. Those things they're good at. That's their speciality.
They are not to be messed with.
And that's kind of the curse that we're talking about. They trick, the same as legend stories go. They always trick. They offer with one thing and they give another. It's very similar to Middle Eastern culture within the jinn. Same
yes.
thing. We have
Monkey's
the
paw.
celestial and terrestrial beings. And however, the terrestrial beings in this form of the jinn, and yet said to be of air and fire, these are of water and earth. These are a very different kind.
And there are supposed to be curse stones in this forest too.
Apparently there's some cursed stones and a circle. I wouldn't recommend touching or going near the cursed stones. Mainly because stone is good at holding stuff. And there's a lot of quartz around in here, in the granite.
Oh, yeah.
And if a stone is cursed, even if it isn't cursed, it's best to stay out of its way. I wouldn't touch it. You go near it, but I wouldn't touch it. Same with the circles. Circles are great, but respect. If you find a circle and you step in it, the greatest of respect. And always leave an offering when you enter a circle. Any circle, really.
So, what do you feel tonight? Any sense of how the forest feels?
Funnily enough, yes. There is something watchful about this. Since we got here. As a matter of fact, as we were coming up here before we arrived, coming up through the mountain, there's pockets of fog started to emerge. And it feels like something that's almost feminine in its nature. Can't quite put my finger on it though. But it's light, feminine, and silent. There's almost a admiration to it. I'd be careful of that, however. Some spirits take a liking to people. That can be just as bad.
Uh-oh.
You imagine, I suppose, it gets... if one of us energetically or even physically looks like someone who once perhaps they knew, they can follow. They get almost obsessed. Imagine hanging around for
Heard that.
1,000 years and then all of a sudden...
Knock on a
Did
tree.
you hear that tree knock?
Oh yeah.
That was the first.
Imagine hanging around
Yeah.
for...
Alan's
Imagine
pretty clear.
hanging around for...
Time and what? We've been rolling for 35 minutes. First noise. Right when you talk.
Right?
Yeah.
When they're talking about the spirit. Oh.
There was also
Interesting.
just a little. Woo! You hear that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Something there. I can't quite hear it.
That
It's
tree
too much noise.
Unsettling.
There it is again.
Interesting.
You can finish that thought. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
you're
off.
all
Let's-
right. As I was saying, imagine if as a spirit you'd, as I was saying, forgotten most of who you were. Maybe 1,000 years have passed, and then all of a sudden someone walks along who looks like someone familiar, perhaps someone you may have loved once. You can't quite figure out why you're drawn to that person because you've forgotten most of it. That's a danger as well, and it can happen. And as I say, a sense of admiration from a pale woman. I say woman, I use the term loosely, but something that's feminine in nature. Yes. Aquatic, shall we say. Perhaps it's because of the stream. Feels wet, feels cold, translucent.
The eerie breeze rolling through.
I know. the breeze
And then the
is
breeze just
picking
picks up. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, should we get going
Yes.
with what we're gonna do?
All right. So,
I'm gonna put my gloves on real quick.
I'm going to go set up.
Okay.
After we spoke with Elwyn for a while, the weather seemed to just be getting worse and worse, but at this point we were trapped up there. Definitely no way to get out of there easily and quickly, so we decided let's just dig in and do this thing. And he started to perform his ritual. Indescribable. This was a very special moment for me because this is something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. And to have someone who's so practiced and so knowledgeable about these topics be doing this for us, it
He
was
seems
a
like a
treat.
very interesting
But at
fellow,
the
full of
same
a lot of
time,
interesting knowledge. I will
we
agree.
received some signs throughout that it wasn't going to be an easy or necessarily friendly night.
Oh, I don't know. You seem to have a female attachment of your own, spiritually speaking, but have it suddenly physically manifest out there would be very strange. So I doubt that's what it is. Although one could be hopeful. Interesting.
Right. I won't do a circle because, to be honest, if you leave it open, it gets worse. So we'll do the cross and then the sign of 6 ways.
Can you explain what you're doing as well?
I can try. I basically, what this is a powder. It's a form of invitation to offer and invite spirits, made in the four ways, in the form of the cross of the 4 ways. Think of it like a road. You're opening the roads of different places. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of open the door in a way, beckoning in spirits, and then I'm going to get the hell out of here.
Now I'm gonna get the hell out of here and let you crazy boys do whatever it is you're gonna do out here.
Right.
You get an attachment? That's your problem.
My love, could you tell me which way is north?
Me facing you is north, so
Thank
you're
you.
facing south.
Never.
Do you need to turn north, like around, basically? Yeah, there you are.
All that is above, all that is below, all that is aside, and all that is away, all that is within, and all that is without, hails the black spirits of the north, silent winds, thoughtful prayers. I beckon you, come through this road. All that is above, all that is below, all that is afar, and all that is away, all that is within, and all that is without, red spirits of the east, serpents of fire, action, will, and drive, I beckon you to come this way. All that is above, all that is below, all that is afar, and all that is away, all that is within, and all that is without, white spirits of earth, waves of matter, blood, bone, flesh, I beckon you, find this way, come this road. All that is above, all that is far, all that is away.
Your little glittery sweatshirt, man.
And all that is without.
You seem unprepared for this weather.
Of grey spirits, waters meet, blood of earth, I beckon you, come this way, to find this road. My brother's blood, my sister's blood, my father's blood, my mother's blood. Come, round about and out, walk the round, come without, come without, come without, come without, come without.
That's
it.
interesting.
Broke.
Is that a good sign or a bad sign?
It's not the best sign, I'll be honest with you, but it is a very old bone. No matter, we'll continue. Doesn't have the same clack to it though, does it? You have to give another bone. Right.
My new bone.
Come all thee by serpent's breath. Come all thee by toad's tongue. Come all thee by hare's leaf. Come all thee by raven's wing. Spirits of place, in Bucker's name, Bucker do, Bucker dweller. Come now, come as friend, ally and helper. All that is of familiar eye, come to this place. Come and touch upon us. Say your words and sing your prayers. Sing your songs, sweet words said, sweet words spoken. Now comes the last bit.
you
I
hear
heard
that
that.
whistle?
Sweet words spoken. Sweet words spoken.
Maybe.
It was when you were saying that last bit.
Was it?
Yeah.
I cannot find it. I have something here for you fellas now. It is cold. Perhaps. Ah! I've got it. So, it is very important not to get this in your eye or ingest this in any way. Are either of you allergic to anything? No? Good, good, good.
Penicillin?
If you put a bit of this on your finger and rub it on pulse points, wrists, on the neck. However, I do say, wash it off when you get home, otherwise you might have tracy germs. It's a concoction of my own, mugwort, henbane and mandrake, so obviously it's very poisonous, but only if ingested. It's what you may call a flying ointment in witchcraft. However, it allows one to be more perceptible. What I was saying about the second mind, allowing yourself to perceive greater
Oh my.
and see
Quite the list
beyond
on that,
that
what
which
he
the
just
eyes
said.
can in that way.
Yeah, don't drink it, kids.
Now, I have within this somewhere, that's for you. Just tip that out and bring the bottle with you as offering. And then, for the life of me, I can't find it. No, that's not it.
My camera's never been this wet. I don't
And the formal offering, simple things. You'll find that spirits like things that are rich in sugars and starches because it's easier to accept its essence. Same way as it's easier if you burn something that's full of fat and sugars, it burns. It has potential energy within it.
Whoa. Did you hear that?
I heard it.
That was like a crack back there.
All right. So, oops, this spot here, you can use this as a hub, basically, a point of meeting. However, all around you now is basically things are on the move, so to speak, right? So the idea now is that there's activity. If you go into a pond, right, and you start chumming the waters, right, everything moves. Small things attract bigger things attract even bigger things. It's the same kind of principle. Yeah, and that's it. That is it.
And now he's leaving.
And now I'm out of here.
Holy shit, dude.
I'm out of here.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You'll be fine. You will be fine. I may not be. Because, well, I just won't. Let's go.
It's fine, actually.
No, you
No,
will be fine. You will be fine.
No, I'm excited. Wow.
Hopefully the rain stops. Hopefully.
That would be nice.
It would be
It
good.
said it was supposed to by 11 at latest.
All right.
Any final words? Any advice to give us before we begin?
It sounds weird, right? But singing. If you hear singing, right, and you really want some more activity, sing back. It's my best advice. I wouldn't usually advise it, but you're okay. You're all right, because obviously just don't go towards it. Just sing back and see what happens. Or even, well, I'd say whistle. You can whistle, that's fine. A lot of people don't like whistling at night. That's fine. Alright.
Well, shit. I'm gonna pause this for a sec.
Off they go. Good luck. Good luck, storming the castle. And the rain just pours in. As the last rays of light disappear,
There they go.
never to see them again.
Now it's just us.
Ooh. Like right there around them, huh?
After doing
Interesting.
the interview and the ritual with the guy, I gotta say, with the bone breaking during his little ritual,
Kinda a little
we
nervous,
look
eh?
at him like, oh, is that a good thing? He goes, oh, it's definitely not a good thing. And, well, alright, well, I'm out of here. I didn't know what to expect, but we were scared. So me and Colin, we
So
huddled
staying
up
there and
under
finding
that
out anyways.
root ball of that
Huzzah!
tree and just hoped and prayed that nothing tried to kill us.
Obviously, you saw
Right.
what happened during that summoning ceremony. Elwyn's bone breaking, like Connor mentioned. Clearly not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. We talked to him off camera and he said that's been like his tool that he's been using for years and it just broke just now. So he didn't consider that to be necessarily a good omen. Neither did we. He also, and his wife who was there, they were talking about how they felt a female presence that was watching us, and we heard things during the ritual like the tree knocks, which are typically attributed to Bigfoot-like creatures. But when I tell you that Connor and I were to our cores very scared in this moment, it's the realest thing I've ever said. We were, honest to God, terrified. I was petrified.
No, a middle of nowhere.
Just
and
because
way,
you're
way,
dealing
way,
with
way
the
away from
unknown.
the car right now.
And after hearing him tell those stories of like floating ring wraiths and banshees and fairies that are actually, violent creatures if you mess with them or speak to them the wrong way, that plants a very spooky seed in your brain. And then he left.
Nothing very
Like,
friendly out
I
here,
thought
and then
this
we're
whole
gone
time
by.
that he and his wife were going to stay with us after the ceremony, but no, they just dipped. And so then all of a sudden, Connor and I are taking shelter underneath an uprooted tree during a rainstorm in the middle of Ireland's most haunted forest after performing a ritual to call in every
Funny
energy in
more
the
you say it.
forest, good, bad, or incredibly evil. And you can see in the footage, we were, genuinely, we were really scared.
Dun, dun, dun.
Certainly, INT signed. For the final investigation in this series, we have come to, like we said, the Ballyboley forest and Elwyn, the witch. What?
You didn't hear that?
No.
Ooh.
Elwyn the witch just performed a spirit summoning ceremony here to this area where he gave those tributes, those offerings, and he invited anything encounter. In Perth. He encountered anything and everything to come meet us here. So on the channel, Charms. Oh, you want to hand me that one too? That's why I was going to grab that. So, when you've seen us do videos here on the channel in the past, we've done creepy investigations. We've been to really scary demon houses. We've been
Weird
to
places, yeah.
abandoned prisons. We've locked ourselves in overnight at notorious locations. Out of all over 550 paranormal investigations that I've ever participated in, this has to be the creepiest thing that I've ever done.
Yeah.
Because not only is this forest, you know, haunted, but he just called in all of the...
Should be scared.
That's what it said. He just called in all the spirits, and I don't know, you can hear it and tell, but there's freezing rain outside right now. It is absolutely freezing cold. My fingers are going numb. Connor's feet, his toes are going numb. And I gotta say, dude.
Explore.
Explore?
It wants us
So
to go.
Lee wants us to go out.
Fuck yeah.
Appointment. After he did that ceremony, I started to get really nauseous. Like, I feel like really sick to my stomach right now. And it only started after he did the spirit ceremony. Say, I remember my funeral. This just said wedding. Weddings and funerals. I'm almost scared to even start talking here. Because also, guys, they left. So we're completely alone. And we're like way back in the Ballyboley forest right now.
Even underneath a fucking tree that fell down.
In the woods, just to get shelter from this rain. Alright, should we start?
Yeah.
To anybody or anything here in the woods, whether you're a human spirit or a nature spirit, experimented,
Oh.
or what have you, we come here to speak with you, to learn about you, and to see you. Refined Gothic.
We're coming with nothing but respect. We just want to speak. And if you have a problem with us being here, let us know and we'll be on our way.
Bad.
Bad knocks.
Knocks? Bro,
That can't
the
be
knocks
good.
we heard.
Yeah.
Imagine hanging around for
Bad and knocks at the same time. And what did we hear during The Conjuring? Is somebody here with us in the forest? Extract. What do you put on us?
If you put a bit of this on your finger and rub it on pulse points, wrists, on the neck. However, I do say, wash it off when you get home, otherwise you might have crazy dreams. It's a concoction of my own, mugwort, henbane and mandrake, so obviously it's very poisonous, but only if ingested. It's what you may call a flying ointment in witchcraft.
Not something you want to keep on you, and nothing you definitely want to have a drink.
So worth, dude. This is the best video we've ever filmed. Pushed down.
Remember?
Search.
Remember? He was saying last time that he went out in the woods and like didn't feel welcome. He said it felt like someone was walking
Pushing him.
behind him, pushing him.
Pushing him down.
Throwing
And this
things at
said
them when they stop, yeah.
search, like it wants us to just move out of here. World cat? Never heard that word before. Can you give us a sign if you're here in the forest with us and you can hear our voice?
Terrified. Oh.
What?
I swear I just heard like a woman.
Shut up. You're
I
serious.
swear.
N. Is there a woman here with us?
Yeah, that poor thing. All the shiny sparklies on it, and now it's all dirty.
I don't know if it's just me.
Hold up. God damn, it's rainy.
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like I just keep hearing voices.
Yeah, me too. Experienced sharing.
Weird.
Can you knock on one of those trees again if you're here? Please? Tested on. Experimented, pushed down, tested on. I mean, this is a once in a lifetime experience, brother. BDSM.
Oh. There's that kinky spirit out there.
Don't upset him.
Who's him? Oh, God.
Physician.
A physician? Is there a doctor here?
Or a medicine man?
A druid? Gear. You like this stuff that we brought? Dude, why do I just keep feeling like I'm gonna look out and see some... Sally. Sally. Boats, and you just got captain. Sally the woman. Sally, are you here?
Whatever you are, Sally. Seem to be getting your name a lot. Oh, did I just hear that too? Or was that from my microphone?
What was that, bro?
No, I think it's too much wind. I heard another knock, okay.
Did it say captain again?
Kane.
Kane? He had one of those that he did with the ritual.
C-A-I.
Oh. We literally can't walk around with the cameras because it's so rainy and cold. Boxed. Boxed in. I found it very creepy how he said that the Fae look like nature. What am I?
Sinew, scales. Did you hear that?
Roger.
What are you hearing?
Roger.
What?
Roger.
What?
Roger.
What?
Where are you? don't even honestly want to know.
Route.
Poignant ride.
You are valued.
Hopefully we can speak to a positive spirit. We come bearing gifts and only thirst for knowledge. Is this the open sky right here?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's comforting at least a little.
At least I think.
Listen.
Traveler.
I just heard like a
U-turn.
comforting at least a little.
At least I think.
Listen.
Traveler.
Comforting at least a little.
At least I think.
Listen.
Traveler.
Comforting at least a little.
At least I think.
Listen.
Traveler.
Watch out.
She's a man-eater.
FT.
Honor code FD. Should we sing Rocky Road to Dublin? He said we could sing to him.
You want to try whistling first?
Hell no. I want to sing first. Whistling's supposed to bring the bad ones in.
Maybe. Get the attention the other way.
We're outside watching. Is that what it just said? Alright, so he said he doesn't usually recommend it, but he said we could try to sing. So we're going to try our best to sing our favorite Irish folk song,
Necklace.
Rocky Road to Dublin. Necklace, bro. Bro.
He said,
They think that they're yours, they're theirs. And look at what I got on me right now. 2 necklaces. And I'm holding the device.
do you want his necklace?
Unlimited.
On.
Yeah. Harder rain.
Feedback.
This unlimited rejected him.
You heard that. It was
Listen. It's kind of much creepier with this big light. You know?
you can almost see too much.
Oh, there's a noise. God damn this rain. Okay. Do you like us singing? Well, in the merry month of May, on the harmonies like the bunch of
You don't even know the words?
Let's try it again. I'm kind of scared. I can't think. Well, in the merry month of May, from my home I started, left my hills, we very broken hearted, saluted father dear, kiss me darling mother, drank a pint of beer, nothing for this, just all on the off to reap the corn, here where I was born, cut the stout blackthorn, to banish ghosts and goblins, and a new pair of brogues, rattling over the bogs, tightening off the dogs, on the rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and turned around the rocky road, and all the way to Dublin, what ba-la-li-da.
It's ancient.
Ooh, okay. Poland, Berlin, mineral. Tourist. We are here just to see you. And you can try to talk. Hopefully we can hear what you're saying. Oh, look at that mouse right there.
Where?
Right there by that tree.
That's what it wants you to think.
It's probably a spirit mouse. That's true. Fuck. You hearing that?
Humming. It's like I can hear it through this tree.
Oh my god, listen to the wind picking up. This is the creepiest shit a human being can possibly do, I'm sure, I think.
Hello?
It said writer, typewriter.
It's getting destroyed.
What is?
Yes or no box. Like impossible to.
I know, it's also like I'm really on edge. I don't know, the fact that he said a woman energy, be careful of her. Shaped like a woman. And of course
That's even worse.
the banshee.
Yep.
Satellite.
Satellite. We do come in peace. We only wish to commune and speak. Duration. Oh, we're not going to be here that much longer. Will you speak with us?
Dude, that was a human whistle. Did you fucking hear that?
Yes.
He's the one. Oh, sounds like stone smacking. It's still weird.
It literally was like. Michael, didn't you get that?
Kevin. Weather and slop here by the side.
Stand back a tiny bit.
Can't. It keeps lighting up.
Viruses. Dude, I'm not kidding, man. I just got like it's coming up my body right now. A chill of a spiritual nature. Please, to whoever you are, God, goddess, spirit,
Ancient one.
at a museum. Provinces at a museum. Can you please give us a sign? Knock on something. Move a piece of wood in front of us. Reveal yourself. We just want to know that you're here and that you're real. We come only with respect.
Happy.
Oh,
What?
Loud whistle.
Really?
Choices.
It's going off, but it's not even on. Asks. Choices. Dude, what the hell? Look at this. Typewriter at a museum in a museum. 2 in a row.
Dun, dun, dun.
More. Yeah, I heard that.
America.
I swear, the biggest thing I keep seeing, it's like every time you look out of this little dirt enclosure, you see something.
Responsibility.
Also, I want to state to people, we didn't talk about this, but I talked to Elwin about this at length when we were walking up here. When we were driving to Ballyboley and just pulling in, I've never seen something like this in my life. We were driving down the road and the forest is to our right, and I looked up at the sky and it looked like green lightning in the sky. I've never seen something like this in my life. It was like the clouds like illuminated with green, like it went from one side to the other, but it wasn't lightning. There was no thunder. It was almost like a UAP or UFO of some sort. And I told Owen about it, and he said there's a belief in the woman of the winter woman, that she appears during this time of the year and brings pestilence, and she's a goddess of the forest. But I've never seen something like that in my life. It was a straight up gigantic green flash in the sky. Can you whistle back? Oscar. Shipment. It's not a captain ship. I wonder what the hell that's about. I gotta do it. If we invited you in, can you please try to call back with a whistle?
See, I think one of the real challenges of this video isn't going to be here. It's going to be as we go.
What do you mean?
Remember, he's saying they like to follow, they like to play tricks on you. If we're expecting it right now, that's not when it's going to happen.
God damn, this is creepy. The f are we doing? This is too creepy for me, bro.
They're telling you
Get out in the woods.
Gonna stay here this whole time. I didn't know my boy was just gonna open the portal and just dip out.
Absolutely bolted. He and the wife, he ain't staying there to find out what happens. You tell him in the morning.
Can you show us that you're here with us right now?
Revelation.
Make another knock on a tree? What's that like droning?
I know. I don't know. Revelation hate crime.
kind of freaked out to be out here.
Spine.
Just the fact that like all these trees are falling
Right?
and it's windy as hell.
That's a good point.
Oh. Oh my god.
You know what's gonna be nice?
We need you to help us.
A big shower. I'm talking a big shower. We gotta wash this poison off our bodies. I can't believe we're got poison on us.
No, keep it on.
The poison? What if you lick your hand?
I forgot I do suck on my fingers.
Grab you in, ain't it?
Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me.
Look at that.
Huh.
Oh, Jesus, Ram came out. Come over and speak with us.
Dang, that's thick.
Ow. Guess they don't want to speak. Right, oh my goddamn infected toe. This is eerie right here.
Yeah. It's all eerie.
I've never walked over here. But look, I'm pretty sure it's like about to stop raining. It's really light now. Are you here? People are probably wondering why it looks so white.
Carriage failure.
Where?
It's the fog. Hate crime at Burns, Charles II.
Okay.
I'm starting to get a really uncomfortable vibe.
Are you a human spirit? You know what you should do?
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Just to show the people.
Are you serious? Oh my god, you really wanna?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, bro. I'm making those noises.
Interesting.
Just for a second.
God damn. Oh, this is so much. You sure about this?
Yeah.
Get your hand on the circle light, 'cause this doesn't turn on easy. I love to sing.
Yes.
I love to sing.
Alright, I don't like this.
Dude. I have a creepiness limit. That was it. Hell no, dude. I like to sing.
This battery's dead.
Oh, should we swap it out and then do like maybe an Estes?
Could be very interesting.
Unless that's too creepy.
I think it's too creepy. I don't want to be like asking questions with no one there to.
Yeah,
See
I'm
stuff with
kind of the same way. I wouldn't want to.
We could do a spirit box.
No, that's a good point. All right, let's do it.
Hey everybody, it's Colin here. Thank you for watching today's video. Hello to all the new subscribers and hello to the rest of our beautiful, wonderful, spooky family. As you know, every single week here on the channel, we give away a free gift bag to one lucky viewer of the show. And this week, to enter the contest, all you have to do is like today's video. For listening to my little spiel. I love you guys so much and stay spooky.
I know. It's out
Ba-bum.
full force.
What do you get when you cross an owl with a bungee cord? Ooh,
Xbox.
my ass.
Bro, what the was that, Connor?
It was like this wrong. Oh my god.
Did that just fall out? Or where did that come from?
It come from here?
Don't know, that's still
Looks
been
like
there
it.
racking.
What would
No big deal, just trying to kill us.
It's a big rock to just randomly fall. It's a little creepy.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do a spirit box. I'm starting to feel like almost sick.
Go for 'em.
Is there somebody here with us in the forest? And if so, can you say your name? Charles or Charlie. And I got something Charles, you got Charlie. Is your name Charlie or Charles? Oh, that scared me. What? Yeah, I heard that too.
That came from like behind me.
Really?
That wasn't from the spirit box.
It said something in your pocket. I was a child.
Godfrey?
Godfrey? What are you? Are you a human?
Get out.
Can you tell us what you are? A shade or something.
Heard I'm dangerous.
What are you or who are you?
Those, thank you.
I have a question. Did you come here because of that offering that was given? She said summary inappropriate. Is the woman that was watching us earlier still here?
Will you accept our offering when we leave?
I just saw a red light. Look at the thing's going off. I just saw a red light back there, dude. I swear to fucking God. There was like a red light above you. Like on that bush right there.
Here?
Yeah. I don't know.
Fuck that.
Nothing's going off now. Are you behind, Connor? Did you come here because of the offerings, the rituals that we did?
Is there anything we can do for you?
Stay. You want us to stay here?
For the weekend.
Why do you want us to stay? You said you want us to stay. Be dead. I'm going to. What are you going to do? We just heard you. Go crazy. What is that? Listen. I swear that was just a woman from that way.
I'm not gonna lie.
Weird.
What is that? What is that? What is that?
Here, proximity.
Yeah, I'm feeling really uncomfortable. Who is the woman? She holds the key? Who's the woman? The female? Who is she? Are there dangerous spirits in this forest? In the circle, I just heard So there are entities that were invited right here.
I like this.
I heard that too.
Who are you?
Making out.
We're gonna be leaving here pretty soon. Is there anything you want to do for us?
Keep you in your.
Who's he?
Charlie with
Charlie. Who is Charlie? Can you tell us who Charlie is? Or Charles?
Freeman.
Who is Charlie or Charles? Can you tell us anything else about anybody else who's here?
Some stuff here and there, but a lot muffled.
Dude, that huge wind. Is the wind alive? Ugh. At this point, I'm starting to feel physically ill being in this area.
I just don't feel safe.
I don't feel safe, really. I feel just... We're out in the middle of the woods by ourselves in the middle of the night in a foreign country.
Yes, you are.
We came to speak with you. Is there anything you can show us or say to us?
Nothing so far.
Any other sign you could give us before we leave and give you our offering? Calling ugly. This is it.
Picking up again. Sorry, I just set it out.
All right. So, at this point, guys, there isn't really much we can do. This rain is
Not gonna hear
continuing,
much.
but we seem to have hit a little dry spot. I'm not feeling good. Connor isn't feeling good. We're gonna put this camera away due to the rain. Pack our gear up, leave our offerings, and get out of here. And remember, when we leave, we can't look back.
Indeed.
Which is so scary. I don't even really want to do that, do you?
Well, I think the problem is getting you to not want to look back.
Look at how these roots look like they're dripping with blood almost. Alright. Yeah, this is miserable and I feel like absolute shit. Be careful what you wish for. It's pretty obvious as fuck, to be fair. I know this was... Shit. Oh, God.
Something. Oh.
Look at that. Right in the goddamn mud. Now.
What'd you drop?
I know this is a bit shorter than what we would usually do, but you guys have to understand this is extraneous circumstances. Like,
We're literally camped out under a fallen tree.
because we can't move anywhere. And I'm like really tired. This is our 13th video we filmed. And to be honest, beyond that, this is like very creepy. Usually when you do like a summoning or something like that, things even I've participated in, you're in a comfortable place that you know, like you can easily get out of.
We're so far back in the woods, it's insane.
Yeah, if something were to like happen to us, we couldn't get out of here like at all. You have to cross the box. Oh, and I just picked this up out of the mud and now my fingers are soaked and they're freezing cold. It's so cold too. It's like 34 degrees.
It feels like it's 24.
Yeah, it's perfect weather. Final chance. Alright, let's pack up. I'm gonna keep rolling on this though. To whoever's here, whoever we spoke with this evening, thank you. I'm leaving this for you. Please stay here.
To all the spirits that we spoke to, and all of the Fae, we want to leave this offering for you. We appreciate everything you do for us, and allowing us to speak to you.
Jesus, man. What a video. Holy shit. Can't even see in front of us. I know, that's what I'm filming.
Some interesting stuff out there, but sadly,
just look in front
kind
of
of dried up.
This camera is picking up what we are actually seeing, which is nothing. The void. It's like complete no vision anywhere whatsoever. Wait, don't look back, don't look back, don't look back.
We're just not supposed to look back at the rock.
There's just a noise. And Connor, look back. Bro, you're actually not supposed to do that though. Dude, this is insane because it's literally snowing, guys. This is snow. It's like a blizzard right now. I'm recording. Did you just hear that scream? Don't look back, don't look back. Did you hear that? But it almost sounded like a man scream. Like, ah! Feel free to make your presence known.
There was a noise right there. It sounded like a lion roaring. It's like the walk that never ends. What if we just walked the entirely wrong way? Just going deeper into the forest.
Well, you're a problem apparently at that point. I could have sworn you went
Couldn't
back
we just
the
been
other
like
way.
a calm, silent night? Just gotta be no visibility. It got so quiet.
So, we successfully made it back from Ballyboley Forest. So tired. Indescribable amount of work for that. But I came prepared. And yesterday I bought a bag of banshee bones. Banshee bones. This is salt and vinegar banshee bones. They were just selling in downtown Galway. Figured as a toast to ye old banshee. Oh, look at this.
Little puff crisps.
They're
Yes.
little bones.
Oh yes, shield bones.
What a fitting way to end the evening. I love that packaging. Where do you see a snack based on an omen of death? Only in Ireland, my friend. You gotta try one.
Read
Give
up
me
your
honest
chubs.
review. They're honestly pretty good.
What flavor is it?
Salt and vinegar puffs. It's pretty damn good, right?
How about not anything's good, right?
Some vinegar Cheetos.
Which I'm into. I don't have that, do they? All the banshee bones. Right here at the Banshee Forest. And with that, we offer a knuckle bump and a good night.
99. Uh-oh.
As much as I didn't want to be out there, I'm really glad that we did go. Because I think that that was one of the most interesting videos that we've ever done. Doing a ritual with the local pagans in the area, going out to such an infamous forest, and experiencing something that an average everyday person would never experience. You can't trade those experiences for anything. It was an amazing time, a stressful time, an uncomfortable time, but I sure am glad that we did it.
So, wrap up thoughts. Incredibly intelligent responses from our devices, but as you can see, it was pouring rain, so
Yeah,
we
so it's getting harder and
literally
harder to
could
get
barely
anything.
get out of that shelter. But to me, once again, this isn't a video where you're going to want to
Okay,
use a
quiet
lot
it
of
down, so
devices
it's time
and you're
to
going to
go.
want to use a DR60 to talk to a fairy. To me, this was more going out there, which is scary as hell, doing the ritual, which is scary as shit, and then spending hours there, which is scary as fuck, by yourself in the complete darkness in a foreign country during a rain which turned to snowstorm in a place haunted by almost every entity and energy imaginable. And every time you looked out, every time I looked out in the trees, I felt like I could almost see a banshee, a woman in a white dress with flowing ring-like hair staring at us. It gives me a chill actually just saying that. Or even fairies in the way he described them as being like a conglomeration of flesh and natural things like leaves and branches like scales. It was just so goddamn creepy. And the vibe and the feeling was there. There was 1,000,000%, I will swear on anything, a Bible, my grandmother's grave. There was something right next to us in the forest. You could feel it, you could hear it. I don't know, I haven't looked at the footage. You might be able to see it at some point. But that fear permeated through us. Not because I'm scared of the occult, not because I'm scared of spirits or entities, but in a case like this, you're not dealing with ghosts. When you're out in the forest like that, you're dealing with ancient energies
and potentially creatures and things that are known to harm people. And things like fairies, according to Irish folklore, legend, stories, they have caused accidents that have left people paralyzed, disabled, and in some stories, literally dead. So to me, it's a whole different level of investigating. It's not just Casper the Friendly Ghost. This is like Jimmy the evil, demonic, freaky murder creature hanging out in the bush over there potentially. But we tried to treat it with as much respect as possible. And yeah, that was it. But actually, that wasn't the end. So when we were doing our exit, I don't know if you remember what Elwyn said, don't look back once you've given your offering. So I gave my offering, but then I have to film what's happening. So I turned around and I looked at Connor and filmed him doing his offering. And I thought, you know, for myself spiritually, like, the energies are gonna know that I'm not trying to disrespect with this. I'm just trying to film him and give him a light and whatever, and then I'm gonna not turn back. And I purposely did not turn back the whole rest of the walk out. And it was a crazy walk. You can literally see in the footage snow falling on us. It was brutal. But I don't know if something really did follow us or what, but shortly afterwards, the whole trip I had been battling an ingrown toenail, and it had gotten infected. And the next day, after that forest investigation, my foot was so swollen and infected and filled with pus, as disgusting as that is, I could barely walk. I had to start limping. And for the rest of the trip, I literally could barely stand on my feet. It just kept getting worse and worse and worse. It was like, it was bad. And then after the forest, it just tanked to the point where I literally, through the airport, I was using my bag, my carry-on, as like a crutch on the way home because it was so painful to walk. And when I got back, I ended up having to, I went to an urgent care, and they said immediately, yeah, we're gonna have to give you an IV, and we're gonna have to cut this thing open, which I didn't expect. I thought it would just be antibiotics. And yeah, so I'm gonna put a little bit of that footage in here. Please be warned, it's extremely gruesome. But this is what happened right when I got back from Ireland. It's the day after I got back from Ireland, and here I am having to get an emergency surgical procedure on my toe. Was it the fairies? I don't know. Definitely was the forest though, I think. I'm gonna show you guys some of this, so warning, graphic footage coming.
Probably gonna look away. Ooh. Some shots probably to numb it, I assume, or to get some of it out of there. Ouch. Ouch.
Sorry to have to show you guys that, but
Dang.
so I don't know. I was literally joking with the people in the urgent care. I told them this story. I said I accidentally looked back, like, I don't know if a fairy got my foot or what the hell, if I got some sort of negative Klingon from that forest. But nothing at this point in my life is out of bounds. Nothing is too far from reality for me to believe. Whether it's been looking into these organized pederasty rings or investigating these stories of paranormal activity for a decade, I have a very open mind, a very cautious mind, and I don't know, could be coincidence. I did have some really weird dreams afterwards as well, just kind of general bad dreams. Don't have to get into it. It's not like there was something stalking me in the dreams, like an entity or something, but even being back here at home, like almost every single night, and I'm not shitting you, this is crazy. Courtney, because we're back in my house in Houston, Courtney has heard something up here in this area. This is like my studio room, and upstairs walking around. And at first I was like, oh, I didn't hear it. And then I heard it. And it was very loud. It's happened 4 or 5 nights since being home out of like the 7.
Wow.
And it literally sounded like someone like stomping around up here, to the point where our dogs, like Elfie, last night in bed, she sat up in bed and was just staring at the door going, like growling at the open door, which is creepy. So I don't know. Did I mess that up? Am I just drawing something out of nothing? Do fairies exist? Is this all real, or is this all just some sort of psychological confirmation bias delusion? I don't really know, but
or is this
that
fantasy?
was an experience that will last
a
lifetime for me. And yeah, thank you guys for joining us for today's episode. As always, I don't recommend you do what we do at home, because this definitely could have gone wrong a million different ways.
That was very rough.
But we'll be back next week with another episode. Once again, thank you for watching, and stay spooky.
Yeah. Wanna talk, was last week's Paranormal Files. Up this week's Paranormal Files, which I'll try to get to in just a couple minutes. I'm literally just going to take a bathroom break and a drink, and we'll keep going here. If we can get this all done and wrapped up, I'll even have a couple hours left to myself in private before we have to worry about tomorrow, getting up early, going to work, yada yada. But it'd be nice to have a nice deep sigh of relief and easy breathe and rest of the week, knowing that we're caught up with everything we need to be caught up on. So we're doing it. Be back in a few minutes. See you tomorrow. Have a good night and pleasant dreams. See you all then.